Biafra house in Baltimore. That recognition alone, it's something, because that house was actually named after Bruce Merrill, and his picture was still there up to now. And even when Biafra got declared, we will still have that picture even in the government house, because he merited it. Forget about all this, just like what Judge said in his program yesterday. You see all these people that say that they are the what do you call it, the elder, the political elders, or how did they even put it? All those big names that you keep hearing from these people, they always like for people to always kiss their legs. Let me just put it in that way, because this big name, political elite. How did they even put it? Is it father of the nation? All this nonsense is something that they so confound on themselves all the time. And people start looking at them as a demagogue or a semi-god or something. And did they even live up to whatever they call? No, they don't live up to their names. Because they are solely interested in what goes in their pocket and that of their family. They don't even care about anyone else. But look at what Bruce Merrick did to us. That awareness alone that he created then is still evident today, because even this particular moment, the US is still actively supporting the terrorist Islamic State of Nigeria in Biafra. They have missionaries. But who is going to speak for us? No one. We have to do it, just like Jaja said. We all have to do it. It's like this hosting of a space of 18. Anyone and everyone can do it. It's just a question of you having the guts and just try for the first time. I remember the first one that I ever done. Jaja was one that dragged me from the Umana to that professional space. The same day, I ended up spending almost like 8 hours or so. But at the end of the day, here am I today. So we have to preach that gospel, because no one will ever say this. No one will come and tell our story. We have to tell our story ourselves. Because at the end of the day, we all know that Biafra is here anyway. It does not matter whatever they do. This is just by the way. But we have taken over the space, both in Twitter, both in Facebook, YouTube, and what have you. We are everywhere, just like our PM said. The government and everywhere. So my people, we all have to do the right thing. The unreported war ongoing in Biafra land today is as a result of our ongoing referendum vote. It's as simple as that. Because they wanted to rapture up the whole thing because of the good news that is coming from there. You can imagine Biafrans voting online because they thought that this will have to be like something like some people will come and stand on the line and start doing LUP 72. But our PM and our government took them by unannounced. So now they are actually angry with the whole thing. That's why they are trying to make sure as much as they can, because the numbers of more votes is coming from Biafra land. Just to prove that narrative that that propaganda that they were forcing people to say no. People are willingly sitting at home at the same time they are voting. They need this freedom more than those in the diaspora. That's why they have more numbers there. So we thank them. And for those that haven't done so, please, it's very, very important. Regardless of anything, we still know that we have gotten the 2 million that our government said that they needed now. At the moment, to declare Biafra, it doesn't matter, it has to be up to 20. But at the same time, we still need to put this record straight, because this is actually the first referendum vote that has been conducted in Africa. So it will go a long way. The amount of forget about this 70 million or dot in a circle that they keep complaining about all the time. It does not matter. And please, for those that is asking for mic and all that, because we're rounding up at the moment, so somebody is going to pick it up. I don't know who is going to pick it up. I don't know if Stella, you can go on come on the mic and see if you or whoever that's going to do it. I need to know like who is going next or something like that.
Because Jedi, please allow our brother to take guy.
Yeah, no, I'll give Tega. I know, I'll give Tega. I just wanted to know, like, if I think Stella is Stella still here? Let me see. Yeah, she's still here. Stella, please, if you can come on the mic so that you let us know if you pick it up from here. Because after Tega finish and Ugochukwu comes up and then we'll be gone. Tega, it's your mic. Please, if you can make it snappy, like 2 minutes, please. I'm sorry. Thanks so much for coming, my brother.
Thank you so much, JD Walker. Thank you so much, everybody. My elder brother, Gochuku Biafra, Minister Otumamaya. Everybody, Jaja Godson, Stella, I see everybody. Queen Beauty of Biafra. I am very happy that every day we summon ourselves here by the spirit of Biafra to make this message, to let the world know what is happening in our land. And I am not taking any of you for granted. It's not easy. Being on space for 247 is not easy. But of course, like what my brother said, Jaja Godson is in the market. And of course, he still have time to be here. In order not to waste anybody's time, let me go straight to the point. I want to talk to our people, or especially those who are doing business in Abuja, those who are doing business in Lagos, and those of you who are comfortable wherever where you are domiciled. Please, I am begging you. This stage where we are now is a stage whereby we are left with devil alternative. If you go front, you will die. If you go back, you will still die. Now, if you remain where you are, you will leave. If you remain where you are and equip yourself, you will leave. There is no amount of money you are making in Lagos State. There is no amount of money you are making in Abuja that is bigger than Biafra. This is time we will go and get a loan. It's no longer time we will bring what we have, because what we have is not enough now. We need to support our government. We are the government. This government is our government. Of course, this government is not accountable where we are saying we need accountability. And accountability, you can see it yourself. Everything is playing out. You're seeing it that the Janjaweed has come to kill, to steal, and to destroy. The war is going on, and the silence of the Yoruba media, the silence of the Zoom media has confirmed what our Prime Minister has been saying all this while. Now, what do you do? Please, I am begging you. That building, because I drove somewhere, I was coming back yesterday, and somebody called me to help him do something in Gwarempa, in Abuja. So I drove to Gwarempa on my way back, and I saw one beautiful estate, and I saw one of the tech entrepreneur there, and I'm like, this guy is doing. Let me call his name. He's a very popular guy in Anambra there. He's into tech. He's doing well. And the guy that I was with me in the vehicle told me how he has bought so many houses in this estate. I'm like, are you kidding me? He said, yes. I said, when did they start this estate that they have finished it? He said, this estate, they started in January 2023, and today is people are buying it and buying and buying. I said, let's enter there. We drove, security checked us, and we entered the estate. And the guy told me that 99.5% of the people who owns property in this estate are Igbos. They started looking at the guy. He said, yes. He said, this guy you see here is because you see him. And this guy you see here, has almost 10 houses in this estate. When I came back home, I was so quiet. My wife was asking me, what is it? But I was just thinking, what is going on with our people? What's wrong? What's wrong with you people? This time around, if you have been given $50, we have to maximize it by 500%. We have to do something as quickly as possible. If you have been given $5,000, make it 50.
We'll start from Olu, Imo State, the old Imo State, and now Olu State, one of the 40 states of Biafra. And that particular prophetic pronouncement is coming to fruition. We have decimated numbers of their armored tank, and the remaining ones that are roaming about will be decimated in a few days to come if they continue to stay there. When you look at the footage we have released, the Biafra Defense Force have released the footage of the aggression against Biafra people, against women and children in their homes. If you look at the image, you will see how they have been harassing our people and making people to flee their homes. And of course, so we call on those who this particular aggression has affected directly, especially those residing in those areas, to exercise patience with us. Our task is to make sure that we decimate them, as many as possible, before they will retreat as usual. And like I said, the Biafra forces are ready to sustain and defend our land as long as they want. But before we go into some of the issue, I will brief to Biafra people today on the security of our land. I want to also take us back to 1760s, of the independence of the United States of America. I want us to draw some solace from what America went through in the hand of British before the independence of America. And I want Biafra people and our friends and well-wishers and journalists who are seated on their various locations listening to me today, I want to draw their memory back to America independent. How the America got independent, what led to the declaration of the American independence of 1776. Throughout the 1760s and the early 1770s, the North America colonists found themselves increasingly at odds with the British imperial policies regarding taxation and the frontier policy. We, the Biafra people, continue to find, at odds with everything Nigeria, every policy of Nigeria is, we find it at odds as Biafra people. When repeated protests failed, when the North American found these policies at odds, the taxation, everything the British have done to America, it was an odd to them, and they started protesting. They repeated protest upon protest upon protest. The protest failed to influence British policies, and this state resulted in the closing of Port of Boston. The same thing that Nigeria has done to Biafra. Our protests never worked. Going to the street have resulted to the loss of lives of Biafrans. Gathering to air our anger against the policy of the Islamic State of Nigeria have resulted to many deaths of our own young people. And the request for the Biafra people to have a better policy for them to excel in Nigeria also have failed. It led to the closure of all the ports, all the seaports in Biafra land. The same thing British did to America, to the North America. That when they rose up to protest, it led to the closure of the port of Boston and the declaration of martial art law in Massachusetts, in the United States. The colonial government sent delegates to a continental congress to coordinate a colonial boycott of British goods. The continental congress then, they also tried to boycott everything British goods because the injustice of the British against America was overwhelming. They used every tactics to defeat Britain. None of these tactics worked. They protested, it didn't work. Rather, it led to the closure of Port of Boston, and many martial law were enacted against the North Americans for asking British that this what you are doing is not very well, to us. We don't want this kind of policies. It is, inhuman policy and not a progressive policy. So what did the British did? They went and enact martial law, and then they closed the port and all that. So they tried to boycott the goods of the Britain. So when fighting broke out between American colonies and the British forces in Massachusetts, United States, the Continental Congress worked with the local group originally intended to enforce the boycott. So they even had a local people whose their job was to enforcing the boycott of the British goods. So in other way, when people refuse to follow the boycott order from the North Americans, there are people who are going to enforce it by physically engaging, attacking those people who refuse to obey the boycotting of the British goods. This is the tactics that you can use to fight Britain. Britain is one of the most evil countries on this planet. And many people who have fought Britain, for you to win any freedom against any country that British is involved, you must be able to apply extraordinary measures, just like the Biafra government is applying today. Extraordinary measures. You must be able to identify, the cardinal point, how to break the jinx of this country, especially when Britain is involved. So I want us to go to look at what America did, what America went through, and then compare it to what is happening to you as a Biafran today in Nigeria. So the British officials throughout the colonies increasingly found their authority challenged by informal local government. What does that mean? Informal local government. Now, during the time of the Britain, the British was in charge of America's colonial masters. They had what they call informal government. That could be, equate to what we are having today as the de facto government in Biafra land. That is also something that we can call the exile government of Biafra. So this informal government always challenged the British government. Now, the British officials throughout the colonies increasingly found their authority challenged by informal local government, although loyalist sentiment remained strong in some areas. So at the same time, why this informal government, local government, or not even a state government or federal government, but local government, informal local government, why they fight against the British rule, there are still some influential, the Sabo, just like we have them in Biafra today, those who say instead of not Nigeria, they will die. And they are definitely going to die. They are loyal. There are still people loyal to Nigeria in Biafra land today. The same way so many people in North America were loyal to British imperialism. Why the people who are in charge of the local government, the informal local government, were actually fighting for the benefit and the best interest of every North Americans. Some idiots, some criminals among them were still loyal to the British government. Despite these challenges and despite these changes, colonial leaders hoped to reconcile with the British government. And all but the most radical members of the Congress were unwilling to declare independence. However, in late 18 or 1775, Benjamin Franklin, then a member of the Secret Committee of Correspondence, hinted to French agents and other European sympathizers that the colonies were increasingly leaning towards seeking independence because of the heat that they received from those who were ready to take their freedom and America become what it is today. While perhaps true, Franklin also hoped to convince the French to supply the colonies with aid. Independence would be necessary, however, before French officials would consider the possibility of alliance. Throughout the winter of 1775 to 1776, the members of the Continental Congress came to view reconciliation with the British as unlikely and independence the only course of action available to them. Today, it is the same thing with us. This has happened to America over 200 years ago. Today, it is happening to us. There is no chance of reconciling with Nigeria. The only thing that will reconcile us as a people, as a nation with Nigeria is when we parted away with them. It's only the independence of Biafra that is going to reconcile us with anything Nigeria. Once we have independence, the reconciliation will start because we are going to be good neighbors, we are going to do businesses, we are going to go into alliances, and everybody will respect each other border, each other law, and each other jurisdiction. So we are not going to reconcile with Nigeria until we have our independence from them. And this is exactly what is playing out here, but a lot of people don't know history. So throughout this time, the members of the Congress came to that view of reconciliation with the British as unlikely, and independence is the only course available to them. When on December 22, 1775, the British Parliament prohibited trade with the colonies, Congress responded in April of 1776 by opening colonial ports. This was a major step toward severing ties with Britain. The colonies were aided by the January publication of Thomas Paine, a pamphlet, Common Sense, which advocated the colonies' independence and was widely distributed throughout the colonies. By February of 1776, colonial leaders were discussing the possibility of forming a foreign alliance and began to draft the model treaty that would serve as a basis for the 1978 alliance with France. The same thing, the same game Britain is telling Nigeria to play today. Look at them. Now, the president of Nigeria, that is a drug lord, is running to France. Our own sister called Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, you can see her dancing with the president of France. All of them are ready to sell anything sellable in order to maintain their status quo within the society because Nigeria has made them. Nobody wants to lose his or her relevancies. It is called selfish interest. You do not want to have the interest of the majority of your people to override your interest. It is always your selfish interest, whatever that favors your status in the society, you don't want to jeopardize it. So they see that supporting Biafra is like jeopardizing the status they have attained from Nigeria. That is what is happening. Why other people did not do that? Of course, even in the history, many people did it. Why I want to touch this history a little bit before going into what is happening as our security report today is so that you know why Biafra government has raised this army called the Biafra Liberation Army and Biafra Resistance Fighters. The brutality of Nigeria can no longer be condoned by anyone. The brutality of Nigeria, genocide against Biafra people, ethnic cleansing happening all over Nigeria, the Biafra people have taken it upon themselves and we have raised this army. The volunteer army, the unpaid army, the army of volunteers, and they are called the Biafra Liberation Army, Biafra Resistance Fighters, and Navy. You can never defeat them. Those of them mercenaries that they have hired today are receiving $1,000 a day to fight in Biafra land, and we are decimating them. Why the people that are fighting with them, alongside with them from Nigeria, are receiving 50,000 naira a month? How much is 50,000 naira when you convert to dollar? When I will answer questions, somebody need to convert it to dollar and tell me why they are paying their mercenaries $1,000. $1,000 today is about 1.6 million. 1.6 million they are paying to their mercenaries who came to our land and they refused to walk on their foot. they are inside armored tank shooting. They don't want to come down. Those coming down and they are getting killed by the Biafra army are receiving 50,000 naira a day. Why those who are directing, commanding them what to do, how to do it, are receiving $1,000 a day, 1.6 million, and you receive $50,000 and you go there and die. You will die in Biafra land and you will not stop Biafra from coming. At the end of the day, Biafra will come. So the security report is that we continue to call on Biafrans in Olu State to be very security conscious. Those of you who are yet to flee your home, you will continue to stay indoor as long as this war lasts, because once you come outside, they're going to kill you. You know, it is what they do, what they are there to do is to kill as many Biafra as possible. And like I said, it will not stop this Biafra declaration from happening this year. It will not stop us from getting our freedom. So you have to be very, very security conscious. Be strong where you are. The Biafra forces are doing the needful. But what I will assure you, like I've assured in the past, is that you see, we will sustain this as long as possible, as long as they want. If they want to stay 1 month in Olo with their armored tank, believe me, we are ready to sustain it for 3 months, and we will start bombing them from the air very soon. If they want to spend 2 months in Olo trying to, subdue our men, waiting for when our bullet will finish, believe me, they have a long way to go. Our bullets can never finish. We prepared for them, and we know that the days like this will come. If they are waiting to see that our arms and our bombs will finish, believe me, you can know that they have nothing to offer. A war where you will be waiting for somebody's bullet to finish before you can fight the person, you have not started. So I want to assure Biafran people that we are equal to the task. Remember, you have to continue to support the Biafra Defense Force as the only way to your freedom, only way to your happiness, only way to your freedom and the security of Biafra land. We have sealed the entire state. It is state by state. The Biafra Defense Force will continue to decimate targets. Our targets are those slaughterhouses they call prisons, those slaughterhouses they call detention centers, those slaughterhouses, especially where they keep our people in deep freezer, in barracks, in many military bases. These are targets. So, like I have been warning and calling attention of Biafra people for the past month, if you are staying very close to barracks, please be very, very security conscious. Once it is 6 o'clock, go to your home and never come out. I am telling you the fact. Once it is 6 p.m., go inside your house. And I am telling you, not just in Olo, I'm saying anywhere in Biafra land, and you live very close to any military barracks, any military base, once it's p.m., go inside your house. Don't come out, because when the Biafra forces will visit that place to decimate it, believe me, we don't want to see any Biafra falling victim. It is our responsibility to protect you as much as possible. And that's why we will continue to call your attention before anything will happen to any place. Our target is that those places where our people are being slaughtered will be decimated one after the other. And believe me, it is going to happen in your own very eyes. Every prison or so-called slaughterhouse where our people that have disappeared for many months are being kept, we will all decimate all of them. From Okigwe to Owerri to Obinze to 82 to Anambra, everywhere where I am telling you, we are not hiding it. What we are saying is that you cannot continue to kill Biafrans anymore. We have risen up to make sure that we defend our land. The difference here is that Americans were not being killed like we are being killed today. It was only policy that was not favorable to them by the British. The same policy is against us. The same ethnic cleansing is going on against our Biafra people. The same annihilation is happening. So they have come with policy, guns, bullets, and barrels of gun. Added to the injustice, added to the impunity, added to the marginalization, added to other impunity and other exclusion in the government of Nigeria since 1967. So, since 1970, after the war. So they have come to kill, not just about policy. So we are, we have been at the receiving end, paying the price of one Nigeria over 50 years. And this is the time that we are taking it upon ourselves to stop Nigeria from killing us. And the stopping of Nigeria from killing us is not by always standing and waiting for them to come and you defend yourself. No, we are taking this war to them. The best first defense is to attack the enemies while they are planning to attack you. And because they have attacked us, that particular attack and killings of Biafra people has been established in many print media. There are many videos out there, and it is not something that anybody is denying. The killings going around all over Nigeria, being sponsored by the Nigeria state for the Islamization, must be condemned by every reasonable person. And it is not just enough that you condemn Nigeria terrorist state for killing its own people, but also action has to be followed. We have condemned them for the past 50 years and nothing has changed. And it is time we enforce a drastic change, a realistic change. That realistic change can only come by the action that the Biafra government are doing today. It will only come by the actions and defense that the Biafra Defense Forces have displayed today in our land. That is the only way the changes and freedom will come. It will not come by just defending yourself, waiting for them to come and kill you and then you defend yourself. No, you have to continue to decimate them wherever they are planning to attack anywhere in Biafra. Go there and decimate everywhere. And that's the approach we are taking from today. So this security briefing is just to make sure that people in Olo and other part of old Imo State will be at, will be at very, very alert, security conscious, and make sure that whenever you hear anything from us, you take it very seriously. Any security announcement, any security alert, any information concerning security you hear from us, you have to take it very seriously and stay indoor, especially from 6 p.m. Don't come out. Stay your home. You don't have any business anywhere after 6 p.m. because we will not stop until we see the people, the mercenaries that are in our land, all dead. I am telling you the fact. They must be decimated by the Biafra forces. That is the only job they have to do, nothing else. So I will be taking a few questions before I leave. This briefing shouldn't last more than 40 minutes, but I think it is going to last more than that. But I will take a few questions as I have another meeting, another security meeting coming up after another meeting that will start in the next 30 minutes. We're having a security meeting. So please, those people that are hosts, can you bring in maybe 2 or 3 persons that want to ask questions based on the war that is going on today in Olo and in Olo State. So the deputy of media, deputy minister of media, over to you. Thank you.
Thank you, able Prime Minister Obatobie. We are so happy that the tides are in our favor. Thank you so much, our Prime Minister, in the mighty name of Chukwuka. My brother Success, yes, please take the microphone also so that we'll quickly bring in questionnaires because our Prime Minister said he doesn't have much time. Success, please.
Thank you, Mazi Raf, and thank you, everyone. Good evening, Your Excellency, our Prime Minister, the good guy. In fact, you are the best thing that has ever happened to this very generation, and I'm proud to be with you and proud to work with you, and I'm proud to be in this very generation which you existed. Here we go, Mazi Raf. Go ahead and bring people in while I take them out.
Beautiful, thank you. Please, fellow Biafrans, we have a lot of people here listening, and we have almost 1,000 people. Please raise your hands if you have a question to ask the Prime Minister. I want to initiate bringing in people right now. Please, as you come in, try and raise up your hand because that will enable me to quickly give you the microphone. Please, already, if you are in the room, begin to raise up your hands very, very quickly. Please, very quickly, raise your hands. And if you have okay, Jaja Godson, I can see you're flashing your hand. Please take the microphone and go straight to the point. Wachineke. Godson, are you there? Jaja Godson, I
Yes,
see you. All right.
my
Okay.
Deputy Minister of Information. I'm here. Thank you so much. And our own Prime Minister, I call you my own Prime Minister. I salute you from here, Meje Buago. And my brother Success, I salute you from here. Ogonna, please mute your mic. Mute your mic. You gave an assignment to us, Prime Minister, to give you the figure that those indigenous persons serving in the Nigerian terrorist army, the amount they are being paid, while the foreigners that are contracted are being paid over 1,000 plus in dollars. But those that are indigenous people are being paid 50,000 naira is equivalent to $33. 50,000 is equivalent to $33 as of today. So my
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And so they are getting killed and putting their life on the line for $30. That's good to hear. Thank you.
Thank you so much, my Prime Minister. I don't really have a question, but just to say one or two things. Just imagine how your country valued you. Those indigenous people that are still serving in the terrorist camp of Nigeria. Your life is worth $33. While the life of others that are being invited to come and help you are being paid more than you, and you are still serving to kill your own people. Shame
Can you
on
please,
you, because
can you
when you
tell them,
come, you will also die.
can you tell them exactly how much the foreigners are being paid? Not more than you, 1 point something million. You need to call the figures.
Foreigners are being paid 1 point something million. 1 point something, $1,000 today is over 1,200 and something thousand naira. 1,200,000 and something thousand naira today. So you are receiving not even 1/4 or 1/5 of the amount that those invaders are being paid. Shame on you if you continue. My Prime Minister, may Elohim continue to guide you and give you the most important, any kind of strategy that you're going to use, those strategies that are needed to combat these hoodlums. May Elohim shower it on you, coupled with the wisdom that you asked for. He said. Thank you, my Prime Minister.
Thank you so much, Jaja Godson. I can see the hand there. Chris Mbuyi, please unmute yourself. Make it 60 seconds. Let's be very fast about that. Thank you very much.
Okay, good evening, everyone. Good evening, my PM. May God bless you so much for bringing yourself out to secure your people. Please, I have this question. Now that our people who are still serving in the zoo force, they have now known the amount that government used to pay the foreigners, 1.5 million, let me just put it like that, why they are aiming below 100,000. Now, is there any mercy for them if eventually our army catch them on their stupidity? Is there any mercy for them? That is my question. Thank you very much.
There is no mercy for the people that are coming to kill our people, because there is no reason for mercy, and there will never be any mercy. It is only God that will have mercy on them, and our job is to send them to God to judge them, and He can shower the mercies on this, in this life to them, and give them as many mercy as possible. But we, as a people, defending our land, our life, with everything in us, we don't have that particular space for mercy. God will give them mercy, and we pray that and hope that by the time they meet God, God will shower mercy on them. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, Chris. Thank you. Grace Onye, please unmute yourself and be very quick. 60 seconds. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you all for this wonderful gathering. But my question is to our own Prime Minister. Is it possible for us to collect like names or find like some kind of connection to the people serving in the army to let them come out, and we will pay them? We will organize something to be paying them something in case if they say they don't have money for their families and what have you. We can make special donation for that, like pay them $50.
We are not paying anybody. Bring the money. The Biafra army and Biafra forces need it for equipment. We need to buy more. We need to buy. We are not giving. We are not calling anybody out. The time we call people out is over. It's not now. We are not calling anybody out.
Okay,
that
sir.
money.
Well,
That
we will
money you
donate
want to
to
give
the
to
army
them.
then.
That money, yes, the money you want to give to them, donate it to Biafra forces. They need it more than them. Thank you.
I'm going to go ahead and make donation right now too. Thank you.
Perfect, perfect. You know, you've heard it. Because the call was made, Mazin Namdekanu screamed, he even promised to double their salary, and yet they continue to remain in a place where they are not appreciated, where their lives means nothing. So our Prime Minister have sounded it. Go to the website right now and put that money for the Biafran army. We have a lot of men on ground that are equipped to do the job. Thank you very much. All right, quickly, Worry Sister, you have to unmute yourself and make the question very, very quick. 60 seconds, please.
Good afternoon. Me, I don't talk say I not sabi speak English again. Broken now they speak for where I for come. Obatobie! Odogu! Obatobie! Guinea. May God bless the day where your mama conceive you. May God bless the womb when he carry you. And may God bless the day when they born you. Come this world.
What about the father?
And the father they come. The father they come, no worry. Now the papa, now the mama first. Even for church, they pray for Holy Mary. They not pray for Joseph. Now Mary, mother of God, pray for us all sinners.
Okay.
So and now you be the Mary now where they pray for us sinners, because now you now bring where your man bring you come this life, can't do this wonder. Only if a man no say, now great pikin I born this day. I not get anything to tell you. You be do well, they do me for belle, they sweet me. Only one question now I get. You know, say me, I don't join in our way now. Our people, they don't finish them. So te one old man don't cry out. Say, Fulani, they fool our bush. The name of the villages, they even name her. So I can't go do investigation. Now, true say, that they kill them well. So me, I can't talk to somebody when they near you. Say, that they kill, oh, what do we go do? Muku organize people, Muku now come, or what we go do, because the killing for them right now, they don't drive everybody come out of for the village. It be like say very soon
What
they
is the
go
name?
enter.
What is the name of the place? What is the name of the village? And what is the name of the state?
Now for Urobo Isoko State.
Soko State.
Yes,
Okay.
Urobo Isoko State, one of the villages. My Prime Minister.
Drop the details of the place to the COS, and
Okay.
drop the details of the
you.
place, the details of the village, and
Yes.
leave the rest. We will look into it. Thank you.
God bless you. God bless you. Oba Tokpa, you be king. God bless you, man. I follow you till I die. No going back. No going back. I follow you till we see Biafra. God go bless your papa. If not that one, God bless your papa. God bless your
And
papa.
now you
God
go.
bless the man that make it possible to bring it to this life. Thank you, sir.
Yes, now you go happy where you did. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Worry Sister. Thank you. Thank you very much. All right, beloved Sister Mary, please unmute yourself and bring your question very, very quickly.
Yes. Good evening, sir. Good evening, Pastor Fan. Ekomdo, Itiare Kondo. Good evening, Itiare Kondo. You know, I don't have any questions, so because Itiare Kondo already do everything. You know how to deal with them. You know how to deal with them. So, Dragon, I just want to say, may the Motherhead bless you. May the God Almighty continue to shower his wisdom upon you and his grace to you to continue to flog Nigeria left and right, front and back. That is the only thing I can say, because you did enough. Question I've asked, I've answered. You give them what they want. So, sir, may God bless you. Thank you very much. We are so
Thank
happy
you.
to have you. May God
Thank you
love
very
you more.
much.
Thank you.
And
Thank you very much.
my regards to your family and to your husband. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you. God bless you. Thank you. We love you so much. Thank you. God love you more. Bye.
All right.
Hello, Mazira, are you still there?
Sorry, I didn't know that
Are you
I
there?
muted myself. I was talking. Yeah, please,
Okay,
the people
okay.
are expected to be asking questions are not asking. Please ask questions. The PM is here to answer those your hard questions. Ask us why we are doing what we're doing, why we are decimating the Nigerian army. Ask us the questions. Please bring those questions up. I sent the microphone to somebody in the middle there. There's one verified account in the middle. I sent you a microphone. Pick it up and come in. Dr. Real, I sent you the microphone. Please pick it up and come. We are inviting you, all of you in the middle, those one Nigerians, those that are supporting Nigeria. Ask us why we are doing what we are doing and why we must be free this year. Thank you very much. And while we are waiting for you to pick the microphone, those of you, Simon Ekpa Christopher Lugard, please unmute yourself and ask the Prime Minister the question you have.
Good evening, dear friends. Greetings to our Prime Minister, His Excellency Master Simon Ekpa. May God bless you and continue to bless you with strength, with knowledge and understanding to pilot this strong affair to the end and to the victory of Biafrans. Please, my question goes thus. As the pressure of liberation from the Liberation Army and Resistance Forces, Biafra Resistance Forces, is going higher now, if Nigeria military, maybe the one that belongs to the Biafrans in Nigerian army, decided, maybe some of them who have seen the pressure or the forces that we acquire and decided to quit and join, how possible can we trust them to align them to the resistance force, and how will it be possible? Thank you, my Prime Minister.
Thank you very much. When they come, we will tell them what to do, and we will tell them how they are going to fall into the Biafra forces. So it is not something I will say here, but when they come, we have a way to assimilate, to integrate them into the system. But above all, they are on their own somehow. They are not with our old forces, but we have a way to integrate them anyway. So anybody that want to leave the military or the police to join the Biafra forces, we welcome them. Of course, we're not going to say we don't. We welcome them. We welcome them even to the dying minute. So they are welcome, and we have a way. We handle them when they come.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you. And then also let me make it very clear that many are joining on daily basis. So it's not like they are not coming. Many people are joining. But like I said, we are not calling anybody now to come and receive money and join Biafra Army. We have enough men. It's just that if you want to die, you join them and come to Biafra land to die, because you are definitely going to die there. And once you are in Biafra land carrying gun in the name of Nigeria, you are the number one enemy and you must go down. Even if you are the next person's senior brother, we don't care. Thank you.
Thank you, PM. Thank you very much, sir. Karma is real. Please unmute yourself.
Thank you so much, PM, for coming out again to speak to all of us and the Biafrans. Please, there is a tweet you made about some small saboteurs that gathered together in the market. And I've analyzed that video. I found that it's more like they were forced, because the person who is bringing them out did not show his face. Please, is there anything you can tell our brothers that they are trying to lure in, into coming out on Mondays, so that they will be very, very careful not to be killed by those people that are setting them up. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. You see, we are not in the time of teaching. We are not teaching anybody anything now. We are not making, as you can have noticed that we are not. Can you mute yourself, please? As you can notice that we are not making broadcast anymore like that. So we're not going to tell anybody anything. But the Biafra government, Biafra forces, and the Biafra resistance fighters, and of course other armed group in the Biafra movement, when you see people that are ready to invade our land, you see they were staying in that place and they were carrying guns like pump actions and all that, and they are telling people to come to market. When you look at those people that actually innocently came, they came under gunpoint. That is what it is. That's why I was not actually condemning or being hard on them, because they came there at gunpoint. You see people carrying gun and they are making video and they are saying, well, as you can see, we are not the problem. It is on gunpoint. And you see people putting gun on the table, they're drinking beer, somebody handling gun, drinking alcohol, intoxicating himself. This is the kind of Nigeria that we can never ever be part of. Somebody handling weapon, drinking alcohol, and telling people to come and disobey the government that is saying. That is absurd. And then you see the pump action there, the person is drinking beer and telling somebody, oh, the market is, this chairman is here, this chairman. All those people you see in the market there that are not part of that security, they are there on gunpoint. That gun you saw on the table was the gun they used to bring them. And then, of course, with the threat coming from the Nigeria representative in Biafra territory. And of course, you people know that what I am is Obuonye Mbosundu de Uto. If you know what I mean, for those that have seen where Evana Ronketa, it is a church in Mosowadi Anjo. So those people that are shouting, when is this time going to come for these politicians? Is that, when the least expected is when we are going to start remembering them. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you, sir. Thank you, our Prime Minister.
And please, I have just 2 minutes left. 2 minutes.
Wow. That means we're going to take just 2 questions. Matrice, I would like to hear your question. Matrice, you didn't raise your hand, but
I'm here.
Matrice, bring up your question.
Well, the question I wanted to ask had just been asked by the last speaker. But on that note, I'm just going to ask a further question now, please. Fighting this battle is not easy. It needs more finance than anyone thinks. Ukraine every day cries out loud, begging America and the world for more funds, despite being a sovereign country that generates money. Please, I want to ask, what are we doing to generate more money aside fundraising? We need more means of getting money to fight this battle. We need more gadgets and every other thing. That's just, if we're not doing anything to get money from any other source, please, we have to. If I have my way of contributing more, I will always do so. Thank you.
That is why you answered that your question. There is no any limited way of getting money to fight for your freedom. Just like you mentioned that Ukraine is running around for money even as an independent country for years. So we don't have any limited way, or not. Our source of fund is not limited to fundraising. But if you, as a Biafran, have any means that you feel could help the government to raise fund apart from the fundraising, come forward and we will, listen to you and take your ideas. So this is open for everybody. Anything you know that could bring money for this fight, and make sure that we sustain this fight, have every sophisticated weapon we need, not just money. If you have access to those who can supply us with arms and ammunition, come forward. It's not limited to fundraising. You understand? Thank you.
Thank you, PM. Thank you, sir. And this is very important, because if Biafrans that are listening right now, within 10 days, we have over 2 million Biafrans that have voted. If all these people that have voted are contributing, even if it is $5 or $10 a month, just a month for this Biafra movement, we may not even be calling for fundraising as often as we're doing. Just a month, you sacrifice $5. 2 million of you that have voted a month, $5 of your money. You see that in fact Nigeria will be crying every day. Please, we're going to give the microphone very quickly to you. One name, Simon Ekpa. Please let your question come and make it count. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I want to thank you for giving me the opportunity to talk. Obatubie, one of Biafra, Nnekene gị. Achọrọ m ịsụ Igbo. Ihe mere m ji wee sụọ Igbo bụ ka o si chọrọ ịsụ Igbo ka o si wee dị m n'obi. This vote atụrụ bụ the first vote m tụrụ with obi aṅụrị. Mụ na my family na my friends na other people ma obodo ọbụla m na-aba m na-make sure na people every day 10 people na-atụ from aka m. So yeah, first vote m na-atụ since nne na nna m ji wee mụọ m, and obi dị so aṅụrị. Afọ m ihe ọma ị na-emere anyị. Ịbụla ọbata obie ihe bụ Chukwu anyị fụrụ anya, ụmụ Biafra fụrụ anya, mmụọ abịghị ya fụrụ anya. Ọ because ọ dịrị izi ihe na-emere ụmụ ogbenye ụmụ Igbo mee our future dị bright ọ na-adị clear. Then wee na-asị ka nkene gị rie nne, and maka ihe ọma ị na-emere anyị, m na-asị Chukwu ya na-agbaghị ume, Chukwu okike abịama ga-edebe gị ndụ ịfụ ụmụ gị. Wee na-ekwu onwe nwanne eme expect ọnwa nwoke ka ọ bụ mma abịa ekpa njọkụ. Mma abịa ekpa njọkụ. Reason bụ n'afọ mụ ihe niile a na-efolo gị from YouTube since 2019. Ihe ọbụla ị na-ekwu ọ dị very straightforward and accurate. Ọgụ a bụ man of the game. Ịbụ alụsị agba ọta efe abebe ya be ebe afọ a na-etu mmụọ be anyị ka m na-etu gị. Ọgụ a bụ Chukwu efere anya sị ka nkene gị ọfụma. Ị ga-adị ruo mgbe ebighị ebi. A ga-atụ gị asị okpesi fee gị efe. Daalụ rie nne. Wee na-ekenekwu ndị niile so gị arụ ọrụ ma PA gị sọsesi ma ha ncha ma ndị niile ministers ndị niile etinyesi n'ọrụ wee na-ekene unu rie nne. Chukwu oke abịa mana na-abụ unu ume. Daalụ.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for that kind and lovely word, encouragement, and to the name. And I wish you, very well as you await your new born baby. We will continue to demand the withdrawal of the Nigeria terrorist troops from Biafra land, as it has been proven beyond reasonable doubt their involvement in terrorism and insecurity in our land. As you all know, the government that uses force to support its rule will always teach the oppressed to use force to oppose it. That is the principle of the Biafra people and the Biafra government. And this principle is the principle that is going to lead us to our freedom. Nigeria government has used force to support its rules. They killed their own citizens, killed protesters, and therefore they have also taught us how to oppose them with force. And that particular force is what led to the unveiling and creation of the Biafra Liberation Army, Resistance Fighters, Navy, and Air Force. My fellow Biafra, I want you all to pay attention to our social media handle X, where the information update about the security situation, the ongoing battle to get rid of our land, the Nigeria Terrorist Army, as they are happening. I want you all to follow this X page so you don't left behind. You don't stay stay in the dark while this defense of Biafra is ongoing in a new dimension. I want to thank you very much. The journalists that are here, please, when you are writing, remember to write and have human conscience. Know that whatever you do, you shall pay for it one day. Those of you who come here as a journalist, listen and you twist everything in order to sell the agenda and say the narrative of the oppressors, you shall one day face your God in judgment. From here, from me, good evening, fellow Biafrans. See you again in the next security briefing. Thank you.